Charles Dawson was a really interesting person in that he had this sort of very almost boring persona. He was a small town lawyer and landowner, very, benign, boring 9-to-5 job. But he wanted to be something bigger, something more exciting. He actually wanted to be a world-renowned archaeologist. He dabbled in archaeology, but it certainly wasn't something that he was, well known for. He hadn't studied it as extensively as other, his contemporaries. And we now know that it wasn't just this finding of the missing link that he was reported to have faked. He'd actually done several of these things leading up to it.
Dawson and Woodward presented the skull to the Geological Society of London on the 18th of December, 1912. Woodward announced that a reconstruction of the fragments showed that the skull was remarkably similar to that of a modern human, and that the Piltdown man, as it became known, represented an evolutionary missing link between apes and humans. It caused a sensation. The Manchester Guardian newspaper announced, "One of the most important prehistoric finds of our time has been made in Sussex." Dr. Miles Russell is a senior lecturer in archaeology at Bournemouth University.
Piltdown Man was the most explosive find at the time it was made because it was the fossil that it was the missing link. It proved that humans had evolved from apes, and it showed that the earliest human had a very large, intelligent brain. So as far as it goes, it was a major discovery. But of course, the critical thing was it was found in the home counties of England. So from that point of view, it proved that English archaeology was better than anywhere else in the world, and it also proved that humanity began here in the home counties.
One of the reasons why these two fragments are believed to be the missing link is partly because Dawson is a credible collector in the eyes of many academics in London, including Woodward Smith, who looks at it and says, "Yeah, I believe it." He believes it to such an extent that people today still might think that Woodward Smith was in on the hoax.
I think one of the reasons people didn't question this too much was that the idea of Piltdown played very much into British vanity. They liked the idea that the earliest human would have been British, and it was this earliest human with a big brain. This was the height of the British Empire, so the idea that the first human was British, that mankind had evolved in Great Britain, very much played to national pride.